I didn't really know what to expect heading into 2020 with this NFL season because it felt like letting the teams travel all over the place, especially to play in empty stadiums or mostly empty stadiums, just felt like an unnecessary risk and an unnecessary expense. But first few weeks, it's okay. But then you get the positive test for COVID for the Titans, and you got the Patriots getting some. I guess every week that we go through the NFL season, if they can get most, if not all, these games in, it's going to feel like a pretty good deal. It's going to feel like we're relatively lucky. Because even at the time of me recording this on a Saturday morning, there are still a couple of games that we're thinking will be played. We'll hope they'll be played. But I don't know that there's any absolute for sure guarantee at this point. Like at the time of recording, there aren't even money lines for those games. So it makes it kind of interesting for me to try and pick them. So anyways, we'll do what we can. Let's hope we can get through week 5 relatively unscathed. Week 4, looking back, I was 12-3 picking winners straight up, 10-5 against the spread. So for the season, 45-18 in picking winners, 38-25 against the spread. Decent start first quarter of the season. I will certainly take that. It's probably by far the best start I've had picking winners straight up, and I think it's also the best start I've ever had against the spread. So I'm hoping the flow continues in this weird, wacky 2020, this weird, wacky NFL season. Now on Thursday night, I certainly thought the Bucs were going to come in and cover the 5-point spread against the Bears, and that didn't happen. Bears found a way to win, so now they're 4-1, and Tom Brady needs a reminder, apparently from Booger McFarland, that in football you have 4 downs to gain a total of 10 yards. You have a first down, a second down, a third down, and even a fourth down. And you must gain 10 yards within those 4 plays, and that is a first down. If not, that is called a turnover on downs, and you do not get a second fourth down. Fascinating. Crazy how that stuff happens. But nonetheless, so off to another 0-1 start for the week. Let's keep the hits on rolling here. Let's go to the Sunday early games. You've got Carolina traveling to Atlanta. I'm surprised actually here that Atlanta's 1.5-point favorites, especially since the Panthers have actually won games this year. That said, I will take the Falcons to win minus a 1.5. They're 0-4. For some reason, Dan Quinn still has a job. That's reasons unbeknownst to me. I'll take the Falcons to get their first win of the year here. The Raiders travel to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are big favorites, 11.5-point spread here. I like the Chiefs to win this. I think the Raiders are just good enough maybe to do a backdoor cover, so I like the Raiders to cover the 11.5-point spread. You got the Cardinals traveling to New York to take on the Jets. The Cardinals are 7-point favorites. The Jets are a mess. They're a dumpster fire, and Adam Gase should have been fired. I'll take the Cardinals minus the 7. Thank you very much. You've got the Eagles traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers having some extra time, some unplanned extra time to prepare for this matchup. Pittsburgh is favored by 7 here. They've gotten off to a good start this year. The Eagles got their first win last week, but it's still looking ugly, even at 1-2-1. Good thing for them is they're in the NFC least, so you don't have to win 10 games to win that division, apparently. I like Pittsburgh to win, but I do like the Eagles to cover the 7-point spread. The Rams travel to Washington to take on their new starting quarterback in Washington, Kyle Allen. Oh, boy. And the Washington football team. The Rams come in as 7-point favorites, which admittedly I'm surprised the spread's that low. I'm surprised it's not bigger. Maybe people are buying into the Kyle Allen will be that much better than Dwayne Haskins. And you know what? Because it makes absolutely no sense to me for 1 week, I'm going to agree. I don't think the Rams looked that good against the Giants last week. The Redskins, I think, are a little bit better than what they've shown so far. That's not totally on Haskins either. Look at the offensive talent around him as well. Look at the defense getting lit up pretty much week after week. But in this matchup, I actually like them, because I think the Rams could overlook them. I'll take the the Washington football team. It's still a habit, got a break. I'll take Washington to win plus the 7. You've got Joe Burrow taking on Lamar Jackson. Exciting stuff here. What you hope portends a long, deep, meaningful rivalry in that AFC North. The Ravens are 11.5-point favorites. I like the Ravens to win, but I'll take the Bengals to cover the 11.5-point spread. You've got the Jaguars traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. Now it's the Romeo Crennel show. Bill O'Brien, Bob is gone. Ding dong, Bob is dead to Houston Texans fans. Hooray! And you still don't have a first or second round pick. But you still have Deshaun Watson. So you have a chance, I guess. And maybe just getting rid of the aura of the suck that is Bob and you're at home will be enough to get you your first win of the year, and I would agree. I'll take the Texans -5.5. Transitioning over to the late Sunday games, you got the Dolphins traveling to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers, who are 9-point favorites. I like San Fran to win, but give me Miami to cover the 9 points. The Colts travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns at what should be a really, really good matchup. Interested to see how Baker Mayfield and OBJ do against that really, really good Indianapolis Colts defense. The Colts are favored by a point here, which I'm not really understanding. I like the Browns here. Give me the Browns to win. The skid marks move into 4-1 plus the 1. My goodness. It's crazy season out here, ain't it, folks? And then you got the Giants traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Woo! Something's got to give here. Either the Cowboys are actually going to play a little bit of defense, or Daniel Jones won't totally suck chode, and the Giants will put some points up on the board. And realistically, I don't know what one to expect. I will take the Cowboys, though, -7.5, because I think the Giants are just that bad. The Sunday night matchup, maybe before the season looked a little bit better on paper than what it does now. Give me the Seahawks -7 over the Vikings, even though I know Minnesota got their first week of the win of the year last week. The Monday night game, first you have Denver and New England. There's a little part of me that doesn't mind having the 2 Monday night games, but I don't necessarily like the circumstances that bring it about. At the time of this, I really didn't see an official spread for this game. I'm assuming it depends on status of some guys, whether that's Cam or others, how many players are going to be out for New England. So I'm going to have to pick this game without a spread and just pick up straight up winner. I'm sorry, I'm still taking the Patriots to win here. The other Monday night matchup, we got the Chargers and their newly christened official starting quarterback, Justin Herbert, traveling to New Orleans to take on the legend Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. I like the Saints in this matchup. Give me New Orleans -8. And then on Tuesday night, it just feels really weird to say, I almost wonder if we're going to get to a point where football starts to get played on every single night of the damn week just because they're trying to get games in. And that certainly could be possible here. And that's even assuming this game actually happens on Tuesday night. But for the moment, I've got to go ahead and make the pick. The Bills travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Again, I don't have a spread available at the moment. And even if I did, it's hard to really pick that without knowing exactly what could be coming down the pike in the next day or two in terms of COVID diagnoses and who will play and who will not. So I just got to pick this one straight up and roll with it. I'll take the Bills here. They're 4-0. They're the better football team. When you talk about fluky teams, the Titans are a fluke 3-0, that's for sure. And then they didn't play last week, so it gives them more time to prepare, but they've got some issues and challenges there. So I'll take the Bills to win. I don't know what to expect out of this week. I just hope that we can get through this week of football without seeing a run or string of COVID diagnoses for any individual players or any larger teams. Because we certainly could use the distraction right now that football provides us. And, the thought of not having that really sucks. So let's hope that we can get through this week of the season relatively unscathed. And I personally hope that I got enough of my picks right to not look like a moron.